The age-old game of territory and conflicts over territory. It'll never change, but do you want to know something that can change? Conflicts, not over territory, but over water, and something called the EEZ, which stands for Exclusive Economic Zone. In this video, I will go over what EEZ and ownership over water means, but firstly, please take a few seconds out of your day to like and subscribe. The idea of an exclusive economic zone is actually pretty unfair, since some countries don't get the benefits of EEZ since they are landlocked. But today I will just be talking about the non-landlocked countries and how they perceive benefits from EEZ. You see, exclusive economic zone is a perfect description of ownership over water. The harsh conditions make it unlivable in all circumstances. But that won't stop the government from obtaining rare access to special fishing grounds and exclusive minerals and glaciers. Well, the way a country gains access to EEZ is by owning territory, 200 kilometers out from any bit of territory, and that is considered that country's water. That's why Japan spent $500 million protecting 2 rocks to improve their EEZ. But enough about Japan for now. What can EEZ be used for? Since they own the water, they can kick anybody out, and they are the sole user of all fishing in that area. They can use all ice and minerals found, along with the ability to even build artificial islands in the EEZ, although these artificial islands don't actually affect their EEZ. The bad part about EEZ is multiple countries crossing over each other. The UN Treaty of the Sea in 1982 decided to implement this law, but it has a couple holes. Let me give you a couple of examples. Malaysia and Philippines cross over each other, along with Malaysia and Indonesia. Malaysia's EEZ crosses over with Indonesia, crosses over with the Philippine archipelago, and it is still disputed, although the countries remain allies, friendly, and in the same alliance Asian. You'll see a lot of examples like that in Southeast Asia because of the insane amount of islands in Indonesia, Philippines, and Malaysia. Now, continuing on from the burdens of EEZ, a nautical zone actually consists of Bruneian, Filipino, Malaysian, Vietnamese, and leisurely Chinese and Taiwanese EEZ. Disputed territories can affect things like this. For an example, recently Canada and Denmark agreed to split an island in half which had been disputed for more than 60 years. Beforehand, both countries thought they owned the island, along with thinking they controlled the 200-kilometre EEZ area, which I'm sure was a factor why they were eager to split the island. With disputed territory involved, the UN Treaty of the Sea in 1982 is actually broken if another country uses the EEZ there. But the way that the UN put the words of the Treaty of the Sea also played an extreme factor. But I'm sure France and the UK wouldn't be complaining because of their scattered and lowly populous scattered islands across the world. France is actually the country with the largest EEZ of all, with 11.7 million kilometres of EEZ. This is because France has had many empires in the past. From Napoleon's France to pre-revolution France, so diverse and so powerful each in their own right, although the British Empire was only once the British Empire, and beforehand were the Norse, Anglo-Saxons and Romans. Now, let's go over to Japan. Why did Japan decide to spend $500 million on 2 rocks? 600 million to be exact. Well, this is a video about EEZ, and if you picked anything up in the last 4 minutes, you know it must be because they want to expand their EEZ. Let's take a little look at these 2 rocks anyway to wrap ourselves around the idea. These islands, as Japan likes to call them, are located in the coral reef Okio Torishima. Little islands like these 2 rocks were formed 1.5 million years ago when a pre-Miocene volcanic island submerged, and a thick layer of coral encompassing 1,500 square miles grew over it. The coral was accumulated over a period of 15 million years from 1,000 kilometers away, and instability of plates in the region caused a massive breakaway. Now, let me bring up another thing. Maritime borders. When a country's EEZ borders another country's EEZ. For an example, you may think that the USA borders two countries, Canada and Mexico, but if you include EEZ and maritime borders, you'd be wrong. USA shares a maritime border with Russia through Alaska, the Bahamas and Cuba through Florida, the Dominican Republic and the British Virgin Islands through Puerto Rico, and 9 more, not including Canada and Mexico. France again takes the cake, this time for most maritime borders, in which she has 30, but the United Kingdom isn't far behind with 25. I hope you all enjoyed this video and thank you so much for watching. Just a bit of revision. In this video we covered EEZ/exclusive economic zone, maritime borders, examples and conflicts.